Hello, my sweet friends. You're watching Cardz TV, and I've got a new sketch for you today. This is sketch number 53, and as you can see, I have all the measurements on here for you. You can find all 53 sketches over at my blog, cardstv.blogspot.com, and they're all free to download. Just download them wherever you keep your photographs. So we are going to make maybe 2 or 3 cards using this sketch today. These are going to be spring and Easter cards. So I went ahead and pulled out some of my 6x6 paper pads. And I have Echo Park Hello Easter, Doodlebug Designs Simply Spring. And then I have several from Lawn Fawn. This is the Gotta Have Gingham Petite Paper Pack, the Lawn Fawn Perfectly Plaid Petite Paper Pack, and Lawn Fawn Let's Polka in the Meadow Petite Paper Pack. So, let's see, and I've got some card bases ready. So, I'm going to start cutting out my cardstock and papers according to the sketch, and when we come back, we'll start putting these cards together. For card number 1, I've got my card base, and I've cut my 2 mats according to the measurements on the sketch. And I also cut a piece of mint green to back them on. This is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and it's not on the sketch. It's just something I like to do to back my other mats with a solid color. So I'm going to grab my glue and get these adhered together and get them on the front of my card. This looks so much like spring. Now, if we look at the sketch, we see we have a large circle. I've got 3 inches, but you can put whatever size circle you want, or if you don't want a circle, use something else. And that's what I've done today. I wanted a wreath right here. So I've cut the pieces for my wreath in 3 sizes because I wanted it to be nice and full and kind of fluffy looking. So I found the pieces for my wreath in the Cricut Flower Market cartridge. And that wreath is on page 29. One more page, Mary. Here we go. Here it is, right here under background. Now, what I did, I cut 1 wreath at 3 1/4, 1 at 3, and this one is 2 inches. So I can layer them on the front of my card, and it looks nice and full. So I'm going to grab my glue, get these adhered to the front of my card. And it'll just take a few little drops of glue here and there. I think that looks so pretty. Now, I wanted a bunch of carrots to look like they're hanging inside the wreath. So I went to the Cricut Simply Charmed cartridge, and on page 34, we have the back of the carrot, which I cut in green. That's layer 1. And then on layer 2, we have the orange part of the carrot. And these were both cut at 1.5 inches. I'm going to get my tweezers and my glue, get my carrots put together, and then we're going to layer them so they overlap. And put them right up here at the top of the wreath. And then I cut this little craft colored bow. And that is in the Cricut Flower Market cartridge on page 28. It's down here under background. You would hit shift and background unless you're using a Cricut Explorer. And then you can just pull up the wreath and, the bow. And I cut this at 3 inches. So let me get my tweezers, my glue, and get my carrots all put together to go on the front of my card. Here's my little bunch of carrots all glued together. I'm going to put some glue on the back and get those right up here. That's so cute. Wouldn't this make a cute thank you card, guys? Just put thanks a bunch for your sentiment. That would be adorable. There we go. Right up here at the top. And it is a little bit to the left. And then we'll just put a little bit of glue on the back of our bow. And get that on the front at the top of our carrots. Oh, that's so cute. And it gives so much dimension to this card. Now, we've got a sentiment mat right here. This is a 1/2 inch by 2 inches. And that's approximately what mine is. And I have a 24 carat day. And I'm going to put that down right there. And I've got some foam tape just on the end, and I'm going to put some glue on this end. And then all we have to do to finish this is stamp Happy Easter on the inside, and then we're going to add a few enamel dots. I just think this is so cute, and it looks so much like spring. Let's put it right there. Now, I found these mint green enamel dots in my stash. So, let's go ahead and get those on here. We've got one right up here. Then we've got a medium size. And that finishes card number 1. Didn't that turn out cute? For card number 2, we're going to use this cute little bunny paper. And then this matching paper that's got dots and lines on it. I think that's so cute together. And I have found the cutest little bunny in the Create a Critter 2 cartridge. So he's going to go on here. I've already cut my mats. I'm going to grab my glue and get these adhered to the front of my card. Change of plans, guys. I decided before I adhere this to the front of the card, my little bunny needs a fence to lean against, and he needs a circle, just like in the sketch. So I've also cut this circle out of this pink and white gingham, and I cut this little fence out of some craft paper. And it's a little bit long, but I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. But I found the fence in a very old cartridge called Paper Doll Dress Up. I know some of you may remember that one. It's very old, but it's still just as cute. This is on page 78 in the manual, and I cut the little fence, and I cut it at 1 1/4 inches. I'm going to go ahead and get this mat attached to this one, get my circle on here, and then I'm going to put my little fence across, and it's going to hang off a little bit on either side, and I'll just trim that up, and then I'll put it on the front of my card. Well, you'll see when I get it all done, but it's going to be really cute for this little bunny. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the fence on. We'll just put a little glue here and there. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put one side down all the way to the edge, and then the other side I'll trim off instead of trimming both sides. I think that'll work best. I don't want to put too much glue. We don't want glue oozing out everywhere, right? That is no fun and it doesn't look good. Okay, we'll go ahead and line up this side. That is so cute. And I'll grab my scissors and trim it off right here. And we'll be ready for that cute little bunny. I like this side of this paper too. There's some really cute papers in those paper pads I showed you. Okay, now we can go ahead and put this on the front of the card. I really like that. It's very colorful, very cute. Are y'all ready for this cute little bunny? He is so adorable. Look at him. Isn't he cute? He's got a little heart for a nose and a little pink bow tie. And he came from Create a Critter 2. We're going to stick him right there. He's on some foam tape. He was on page 42, and I cut him at 2.5 inches. Now, I wanted the inside of his ears and his little tummy to be pink, and then his eyes, whiskers, and the top part of his, or the bottom part of his nose to be black. So I cut the bottom layer out of pink. Then I cut a little piece of black and put just behind his head so that would show through for his eyes and whiskers and his nose. And the top layer I cut out of white. And that's how I got him to have the pink, the black, and the white. So I'm going to take the foam tape off of him, and he's going to go right about there. And for the sentiment, I've got my little banner here. It's approximately, yeah, that is about 2 inches by 1/2 inch. I stamped hippity hoppity. I'm going to put that right down there. As soon as I get these put down, we're going to put a couple of little glittery dots on here. These are some I had left from my Dollar Tree haul, and I think the pink ones will be really cute on here. So let's get our bunny down and our sentiment. Isn't that cute? I love that. Now we're going to put a couple of these little pink enamel dots on here. Let's see. Put one there. One right there. And one more right down here. There we have it, guys. That finishes card number 2. I'm going to keep card number 3 pretty simple. I've got this beautiful green, and I've cut it along the measurements of the sketch. And then I've got this pretty, it's a floral, but it's tiny little white flowers on a yellow background with little green leaves. It's very delicate looking, very pretty. I'm going to get these adhered together with my glue. And I had a piece of this gold cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that down and just trim that off and then get this on the front of my card. This is going to be a special Easter card. So I wanted to keep it simple, but I wanted it to be very pretty. This is so pretty. So simple, but so pretty. Now, I've cut a circle. This is 3 inches, and I did cut it out with my 3-inch punch. And this is kind of a variegated yellow. And I'm going to get that attached right here on the front of my card. Once again, keeping it simple. Now, I wanted to put a cross on the circle, so I pulled out the Easter 2010 cartridge, and I cut this cross right here at 2 3/4 inches, and then I cut this overlay to go on top of it. And let me show you how pretty that turned out. I don't know if you can see all the texture and dimension that's on there, but it's so pretty. Now, I'm going to put that right here on this variegated yellow circle that kind of looks like it's glowing. I love that. And then for my sentiment, I stamped He is Risen, and I used Memento Tuxedo black ink, and I have this on some foam tape, and that's going to go right there. And I could put some sparkly gold dots on here, but I don't want to. It takes away from the whole meaning of this card, and I have got just that little bit of gold right there. It just keeps it simple. You focus on that cross, and that's where we need to be focusing for Easter, guys. And I saved this one for last. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this adhered to the front of my card, and we're going to come back and take a look at all 3 cards. Okay, guys, here is card number 3 using the new card sketch, number 53. And I love the simplicity of it. It's so pretty, and I love the meaning of it as well. He is risen. Now, I wanted to show you how you can take one sketch and change it up just a little bit and have your cards all look different. Here's card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. And they're all different, aren't they, guys? Using the same sketch. And you don't have to completely follow the sketch. You can add things, take things away, whatever you'd like to do. So don't forget to go by and pick up your sketches over at my blog, cardstv.blogspot.com. There are now 53, and all 53 are free to download. Just download them wherever you keep your photographs. So there we have it, guys. Here are my 3 cards, and I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I've had so much fun with this. I love coming up with these sketches, and I love sharing them with all of you, and I hope you're enjoying them too. You guys have a great weekend. You know I love you all. God bless you all, and I will see you again soon with another card. Bye now.